So thank goodness for that. Anyway. Alright. So, it is going to be a PvP between Cal and Grape. Grape this season is apparently 0-4 and 0-3 against Protoss. Alright, I just want you guys to take that in, okay? So for anybody who's like, Sayle, you shouldn't be so hard on Grape, like, you know, he's a Protoss player, he's a cool kid. No, alright, he's 0% in Pro League, okay? There's no reason to play Grape. I mean, I'm sorry, Grape. But seriously, I mean, even Jangby called this guy out, alright? In one of the winner's interviews with Jangby, he was like, yeah, the interviewer was like, hey, the Protoss lineup on Con is the strongest. What do you think about that? And he's like, oh yeah, we're all pretty good, except for Grape. That guy's terrible. I mean, I'm paraphrasing here, but that was like the intention of what he actually said. So anyway, yeah, man, I hope the rest of the series can live up to that game. Whew. Alright, so it looks like in the top left is the blue Protoss. We will have Gujilla, aka Cal. Looks like we're going to ally him. Are we going to ally colors? No, we're not. Okay, so I'm actually put some clock positions on my own overlay, just so people don't QQ. Excellent. And there is Grape. So we're going to have a PvP here on Ground Zero. Now, Cal has shown us some pretty nice PvPs this season. I gotta say, at least the white guys are generally much funnier on camera than the Korean couples. Oh, is that Russian? That's like Korean-Russian combo. Oh man, what a boss. Yeah. I wonder if that's Project's friend. Huh. Anyway. Apparently it's Bulgarian. Oh. There's no way I would know that. So, back to the game. Or I guess we can because we're still watching the crowd. Why? Man. Did they get... They seriously must have gotten a new camera guy or something. We've had some, like, ridiculously long crowd shots in the recent matches. I don't know. So they're trying to alleviate the monotony of the early game. Anyway, oh, there's a cutie. Oh, she's gonna hide behind the guy. No, come out, come out! She's like a little animal that's like kind of hiding in a bush, and you're just like trying to tempt it out, like a little squirrel or something. Like, oh, you just want to pet it, but not really, because you don't want to get rabies. But you know, it's really cute, so you just kind of try and tempt it out of the bush. Anyway. You know, that actually happened to my brother once. It was so funny. Like, we were hiking. I was hiking with my family in some random mountain somewhere, and like there was like a wild squirrel type thing. It wasn't really like a bushy-tailed squirrel though. It was like it looked more like a chipmunk, but I think it was actually a squirrel. But it just had like this really small, dangly tail thing. So it looked more like a chipmunk. But anyway. So it's just like it's standing on the rock next to us, and my dad just goes to my brother, who's like, I think he was like 12 at the time. He's like, oh yeah, you can go pet it, it's totally fine. And I'm like, dude, it's like a wild rodent. You're gonna get rabies, man. And my dad's like, nah, dude, just pet it, it's fine. And he actually went for it, and he got bitten by like this little rat thing in a mountain. And I was just like, oh shit. It was so funny. And so he actually like had to get like a blood check when we got to the bottom of the mountain again. Like, they did like a blood test to make sure he didn't actually have rabies. Good times, good times. Anyway, it's like we got Probe Scout of... Who is that? Grape? Yeah, Grape is red. So, Grape's Probe Scout runs away, it's solid the core, it doesn't want to get killed by a Dragoon. And, it's like second gateway. Nothing out of the ordinary. I'm a little bit That's interesting. Man, look at them. Look at that gateway placement. Look at both of them actually doing this kind of weird gateway placement where they like left a 1-hex gap in between their gateways. I mean, it's the identical gateway timing, but like, what is up with that placement? I don't. Why would you leave that one hex gap? I don't understand. Curious. Anyway, it's like mirror builds. No robo yet. Presumably they will get robos after this. 2-gate robo. Ooh, excuse me. 2-gate obs. Pretty standard, pretty safe. And looks like Cal has now sent out another probe scout. He did send out one just now, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he did. Anyway, there's the robo from Cal as expected. And no robo just yet from Grape. Is he? He's not going to go like 2-gate expand, is he? That would be a little bit crazy. It looks like probe scouts actually meeting each other in the middle of the map. Oh man, that is really awkward. That's like you know, one of those times where you know you went out to dinner with some friends or something, and then you say your goodbyes, but then you like head down the same direction. You like go, you know, you actually both end up going the same way anyway, but you said goodbye already, so it's like kind of weird. That's like what just happened with those probes. There's kind of that awkward meeting in the middle of the map. It's like, oh, why are you here? Anyway, we're having some nice Dragoon control actually from Grape. He's actually going to take this, I think, as long as he doesn't take too many hits from that from the Zealot. But no, it looks like actually it's going to be a very even exchange here. But Cal comes out ahead with his Zealot as well. I think that was better for Cal actually. I thought Grape was going to take that, but actually both his Dragoons are very deep in the red and ended up losing those. So I think Cal came out ahead by 1 Zealot. I believe. Anyway, so that was looking good, but not actually. And oh no, it looks like there is just a robo there at the top of the ramp. Of course, placing it at the top of the ramp there allows the Reaver to walk down to the natural much quicker, or to the top of the ramp, whichever choke you're defending. And he's actually gone for an obs first, so Cal, I didn't actually see an observer in his base. His support base is already almost finished already, so presumably he actually just skipped the observer and went straight for the Reavers, whereas you know, Grape is playing a little bit safer and going for the observers. I think I actually prefer Cal's play here because if you consider all of that early Dragoon aggression, if a Protoss is going for a DT rush, it's actually very unlikely that they're going to be so aggressive with their early units at that point. I mean, it's also just unlikely that they'll have that many Dragoons, let alone, you know, wander out on the map. When you go for a DT rush, generally I think you play a little bit more defensively. I mean, you do try and aggressively deny scouting and stuff, but you don't want to do that kind of fancy Dragoon battle in the middle of the map. So I don't know if Cal just kind of, you know, figuring or made that read, like took a calculated risk, but it is going to pay off for him. Well, I guess we'll see how much this Reaver can do, and then I can say whether it pays off for him. But I think he will be in a good position as long as he micros correctly. Looks like Grape, though, is trying to meet him in the middle of the map here. Cal's got to be a little bit careful. On this open field, it is harder to make the Reaver effective. It's much easier for Grape to spread his Dragoons to run in and snipe the Reaver, so Cal does have to be careful, although it's a comparable Dragoon count, so it's going to be a little bit difficult, I think, for Grape to defend this. Cal's got to be careful, though. He has made silly mistakes in the past, suiciding his shuttle. Looks like not going to be the case this time. The Zealot also helping to buffer some shots, does get taken down. I think Grape does have the superior Dragoon count here. He also has the defender's advantage. He has a shorter reinforcement route. He's doing a very nice job to avoid the Reaver shots here. He's engaging the Dragoons. As soon as the Reaver gets dropped, he pulls back out of range. He's actually got a shield battery as well for his own Reaver, but so it's going to come down to the micro here, the shuttle micro. Looks like the Reaver, though, of Grape is going to get targeted down. It does get another shot off, but no, it goes down. And is it going to be enough, though? The shield battery barely being used for Grape. Grape is in a lot of trouble here. He has taken his own expansion, but there's one Reaver left. That is the crucial thing. The Reaver survives for Cal. And with good micro, it's going to be so hard to take that down. Looks like it's actually run out of Scarabs or something. It's not shooting Scarabs, but actually the last Dragoon goes down, and the shuttle isn't going to get taken down. Oh, the Reaver murdering everything, and Cal looks like he's in a nice position. He can actually just go for the probes now. There's no Dragoons left. No, is he going to just go for it? I think he should actually just micro against that Dragoon. He's going to go for the probes. Oh, huge shot. Is he going to get one more? Oh my god, this is so bad for Grape. Oh man, he doesn't even need that Scarab to hit. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's going to dodge, but he's just killed so many probes here. And they're not... Look at those probes. They're so terrified, they're not even mining anymore. They are just so scared. They're like, oh my god, guys, what do we do? I mean, they just witnessed like half of their comrades get obliterated by scarabs. I wonder actually how that must feel to be like chased by a scarab. You just like see this like little explosive thing running after you, and if you like dodge in the correct way, it'll like run up against the building and dud or something, but you don't actually know how to make it dud because it's completely nonsensical. Like, that must be so terrifying to be chased by a scarab. Could probably make like a cool horror movie out of it or something. You know, it'll be like one of those monster movies, or it'll be like Alien. Like just imagine Alien, like the Alien movie, but instead of like replace all the aliens with scarabs. Like that would still make sense, right? Because it's like you never really know where the shuttle's going, so you just have to constantly look out. And then like one day a Reaver will randomly pop out in your mineral line and just like unleash a scarab. Oh man, it's terrifying. Whew. Anyway. So it looks like it's gonna calm down a little bit here. Of course, since the Reaver got taken down, I mean, Cal's gonna be content to just macro up. You know, he killed so many probes, he knows he's got an advantage. And is he actually just gonna drop Dragoons on his cliff here? Oh, I think he's actually gonna try and kill the Observer. Oh, look at this! Oh, wow, nice little cute move there. So taking down the Obs, and I mean, I think Grape's plan right now is like, okay, Grape obviously he knows he's behind, but you know, he can't really like do any kind of big crazy attack here or anything. I think he's probably just gonna play it slow, play it defensive, and perhaps try and just do some fancy Reaver harass later on or something, or some storm drops, and just try and come back with his own good harassment later on in the game. Another thing is that also as the game goes on, like the further the game goes on, the less of a difference those probes will make. Like eventually, they'll both, you know, get to the late game and they'll both get more or less maxed, and then that earlier probe harass won't make as big of a deal. So it could be that he might just be waiting for that time as well. And looks like, ooh, loses another Observer here. Cal manages to keep his. Grape looks like he tried to go back and snipe that Observer of Cal as well, but Cal not only grabbing Grape's Observer, but also allows his to go in and see exactly what's going on here in Grape's base. Looks like there is the shuttle coming out. It's got 2 Reavers in it. Cal has his own shuttle going out. We might have another huge engagement here. And it's going to come down to the micro here. 2 Reavers against 2 Reavers. 2 Zealots though. Oh my god, those 2 Zealots are actually so crucial. And one of the Reavers goes down. Cal miss-microing this a little bit. Oh my god, Grape actually takes this convincingly. Wow, I can't believe it. Cal, a bit of poor micro there on his Reavers. I mean, he's still ahead in supply right now, but I think those 2 Zealots also. Grape had 2 Zealots in that engagement that went forward and tanked a lot of the hits. It's actually very important because Zealots actually tank hits very well. Like, Dragoons do reduce damage to Zealots because of damage type. Zealots are small units. And also, when the Reavers actually, I think, auto-targeted the Zealots because they were the closest unit, but because the Zealots were running forward to close into melee range, they actually were separated from the rest of the Dragoons. So even though the Reaver did a lot of damage to the individual Zealots, they didn't splash any of the other units that Grape had, which is quite crucial. I mean, obviously, if he just had his Dragoons, or if he only had Dragoons and they were all clumped up next to each other, the Reaver shots into those would have done a lot of extra splash damage as well. So I think that was quite nice, but yeah, Cal still, I think, is okay. Looks like Grape going to move in here and do a bit of Reaver harass. Ooh, does take 1 shot on his Reavers. I think it might have actually got both of them, splashing them. And the Dragoon's moving in. Cal's got to be careful not to let his shuttle get sniped. He's got to run back. Ooh. Oh! Also gets a nice big scarab on his opponent's Dragoons, but also takes a hit of his own. Man, the Dragoon Reaver, you know, these Dragoon Reaver engagements are just so intense. It's just like one miss micro and you can instantly lose the game. Oh, like that, for example. And ooh, looks like Cal actually redirected his scarab to the Dragoons, or not redirected per se, but he just targeted those instead. Looks like a 3rd Reaver out for Cal as well. And oh, 4 gateway, or was that 5 gateway production? I'm not actually sure. But either way, Cal's on 6 gateways and adding even more, I believe. Adding in archives as well. Bit slightly messy gateway placement, but not too bad. And still has like a 20 supply advantage. Looks like he's actually going to try and move out right now. He does have the Reaver advantage. It looks like he's probably got the Dragoon advantage. And oh my god, why is that Reaver not shooting? Grape's Reaver was not shooting. Did it not have scarabs or something? Grape's Reaver instantly goes down. Huge mistake from Grape. I don't understand how that happened. That Reaver was just sitting there for a while, but it looks like Cal equally making a mistake of his own, sending his shuttle out too far ahead of his Dragoons and losing it along with the 2 Reavers that were inside it. Oh my god, big blunders from both players here. Cal's 3rd Reaver just way too far back, not able to help out here, and it's going to be a very close engagement. I think Cal, with his next reinforcement wave, might be able to take it, but no, the next wave of Dragoons is not popping out here. The Reaver's trying to get in there. The Reaver might actually clench it. It's going to be so close. Looks like he actually made a wave of Speed Zealots. And, oh my god, this is some pretty sloppy play here, but, I mean, I guess Cal is marginally less sloppy, so yeah, he's at 80 supply against 62. But I can't. Oh man, Cal, you gotta watch your Reavers a little bit better, man. Watch your shuttles. So, alright. Cal, he's got his archives up. He's got something at the 9 o'clock. Presumably gonna set up a 3rd expansion. And Grape has not really been able to do anything. I mean, he keeps engaging straight up, rather than, like, in the beginning of the game, I was thinking perhaps he would just try and do some counter Reaver harass of his own and come back that way. But it looks like he's just trying to, you know, do these big Dragoon Reaver engagements and win with superior micro, but he doesn't appear to have superior micro, so yeah, that's not really working so well. And oh man, he could lose a lot more probes here. Oh god. Oh god, it's probably a Reaver in there. Oh no. Oh no, Deba! No, oh no! Oh god. 9 kills, and oh, it gets another one. Clipping a last probe right at the end there. The alien popped its head out and like spit some acid on some guy and disappeared again. Anyway, it looks like he's going for Archons here. Not going to bother with Storm. Looks like Cal actually just took the 12:30ish base, or was that 11:30ish base? I think actually that dot at the 9 o'clock might just be like a spotting pylon or something to check if any shuttles come in towards his natural. I think that's a very good move to have that there. And looks like he's just in position in the middle of the map doing his probe transfer. I mean, I think this attack actually has to win it for Grape, because otherwise once Cal's 3rd kicks in, there's like really no way for him to come back anymore. There's 2 High Templars, and this is very interesting because it looks like Cal has actually saved his High Templars for Psionic Storm, whereas Grape actually just morphed his into an Archon, so he definitely has a momentary advantage on the ground in his ground army. Although I guess if Storm has finished already, maybe he doesn't. Either way, this is going to be a pretty huge engagement here. Is Storm finished? That's a crucial thing. I don't see a Storm yet. It looks like Storm is finished. And that's going to be very difficult now. Probably only 2 Storms. One of them getting a Reaver, though, crucially. And the 2 Reavers of Cal still alive, still doing maximum damage. But it looks like a lot of speed lots going in here as well. A DT, actually, very interesting. I don't know if there's even an Observer here for Cal. I think there is actually in the back. But Cal actually getting rolled here. What? This is impossible. No, it looks like he does have some more Dragoons coming in from the back. A huge Reaver shot, though. And actually, is it going to be enough for Grape? Grape really needs to break through here. No, it's going to be close. It's almost an even army exchange. Once again, Grape comes out barely ahead here. January cannot believe that Grape might actually win this game. I can't believe it. How has this happened? Cal, oh my god, he's going to lose a lot of probes. It's going to dud. Oh man, but he's going to lose his 3rd base now, and I don't think he has an army advantage anymore. So, with a very good engagement, Grape actually has taken the lead from Cal. Oh man, I was talking about how that was probably not the best idea, but Grape has proven me wrong here. Cal with I think. Oh man, I mean, he had 2 Storms. He got 1 Reaver with one of them. The other one wasn't perfect. It got a few Zealots. I think Grape just had an overwhelming number of Zealots. He had that Archon doing crucial damage. The DT also doing a ton of damage. And with that, he took the engagement, but it looks like he's pressing the issue here at the natural. I don't know if that's the best idea. He's going to lose his shuttle. No, the shuttle barely stays alive. He's going to try and save the Reaver. He's got to be so careful with that. He is taking his own 3rd now at the 5:30 base. He does lose the shuttle. The Reaver gets out, though, and gets the crucial shot off on the Dragoons, but there's 2 Reavers out now for Cal, and Grape has lost his own Reaver. 1 Storm. Nice Storm dodge. It looks like Grape is going to pull back. I don't think he needs to do anything too crucial, but it looks like Cal is actually very low on minerals. He's basically mined out in his main. He's almost mined out of the natural, so that 3rd was very, very crucial for him. Grape is also getting mined out, but he has his 3rd base going up here, so he will have some extra income pretty soon. And I don't think Cal actually has the forces to press the issue and stop this either, so I'm not really sure what he can do here. Look at this. Grape is actually continuing to make Archons, not going for the Psionic Storm at all. In these low army counts, actually, I mean, they're both about 60-something supply, right? In these low army counts, I do think going for Archons rather than Storm could be a decent idea depending on how you engage. Obviously, the Storm is much better if, you know, in these much larger army battles where everything is clumped up and you can maximize the effect of the Storm, but in the smaller engagements, it's very hard to get a Storm that covers, you know, a decent number of units. So, getting those Archons, I think, is very worth it. And look at this, very nice anticipation for Grape. Going to block that shuttle. I don't know if he actually saw that that shuttle hiding there. But Cal is being careful there. Not going to lose a shuttle. He's sending a probe over. He's going to see the third base of Grape. He's going to see it started mining. He will be able to click the minerals and see that it only just started mining. But he knows that this is basically a countdown on, you know, when he can attack. He basically has to make something happen quickly, or else he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to, I think he might be going for a storm drop or something with that shuttle. It's going to get denied still by that one Dragoon. He is going out now. Is he just going to expand behind himself, just play from behind? I think perhaps that might be a safer choice at this point. I really don't see how he's going to, like, just punish that third base of Grape. But then again, that's what I said. Well, I mean, yeah, I thought it would be a little bit difficult for Grape as well, but I mean, he managed to make it happen, so who knows? Who knows? Is that actually a distraction for the shuttle? Looks like the observer thought that was the case as well, but it actually wasn't. It could have been that Cal sent suicided a Zealot there to draw the Dragoons away so the shuttle could go through, but it looks like he didn't. Anyway, so third base is up now for Grape. Cal, I'm sure, is almost mined out. He keeps trying to get this shuttle in, just keeps getting denied. Oh man, you gotta like buy that Dragoon a drink first or something, man. You know, soften her up a bit. Anyway, looks like we might have a big engagement here in the middle of the map. The two Reavers of Grape are not being brought, though. I don't understand. Why is he not bringing these Reavers? Grape, you got two Reavers, man. Those would be pretty handy at this point. Oh, the shuttle's going in. Oh, we might have a big storm drop here. There's one Dragoon on the cliff. There's one cannon back there as well. Can he get it? He's just going to have to suicide it. Storm! Does he have one more? Does not have one more. He does get a couple of probes. I don't think that's enough, though. I do not think that that's enough damage. Although the supplies are, like, dead even right now. I think this is still anyone's game, but once again, Cal without the third base, it's just like... He's not even going to make a Nexus. He actually just doesn't have enough money for a Nexus. He actually just has to distant mine. So he's even on supply now, but he has to just go. He has to just go. Just go. Alright, we're going to have the engagement. And oh my god, beautiful storms from Cal. Getting those Dragoons. Nice split up, though, by Grape. The Reavers are down. This could be the final engagement. I think it is going to be the final engagement for Cal. He's got a micro perfectly. He loses one of the Reavers already, though. And it looks like Grape still has both his Reavers. There's a couple of high Templars left for Cal, but I guess they don't have any more energy. Grape looks like he's going to take the engagement. I can't tell what color the Archons are, but it doesn't matter. Grape takes it, and Cal is so surprised. Cal, I think, has just thrown away a one game. Oh my god, Cal is distance mining, but he is down to 44 supply against the 87 supply of Grape. Grape looks like he has literally pulled victory from the jaws of defeat. Cal is just distance mining away here. By the way, if anyone's wondering why the probes are carrying the minerals all the way back to the main nexus rather than to the natural nexus, that's because for some strange reason, the way Brood War calculates where the nearest nexus is, and there's the GG from Cal. Grape takes set number 3, but yeah, the way Brood War actually calculates the nearest nexus is by closest air distance rather than closest ground distance. So the main nexus is actually closer to that 1130 patch than the natural nexus is, in terms of like just straight air distance. So the probes actually carry it back to there instead of to the natural, even though that would be shorter. It's kind of one of those silly bugs. Not really a bug, but just like, yeah, quirks, I suppose. Oh wow. Alright, so Ace getting off to an early lead, and Calm pulling it back 2-1. Alright, give me 2 seconds actually, I need to close my blinds. Okay, sweet.